All right, welcome everyone again. I am going to record this series locally while Interjection and Zuta Zuta um, are doing their Saturday or Sunday actually SmackDown. So you guys we will see that being broadcasted a bit later. Anyway, I'm Kaiserklein. I'm gonna be your only caster for now. I don't know if someone will come in to co-cast after this game, most likely, but we're not sure just yet. Um, I'm just checking everything is good. Should be fine. And yeah, so this is Lucas from the Mandarin Duck Squad against SomppuKunkku from the SKG. And the score is 0-0. This is game 1 in this playoff 5. And we have the map being Manchuria here. SomppuKunkku playing on the right side of the map as India, while Lucas is playing on the bottom left side of the map as China. And it was a foot start, most likely. China just going straight for that trading post, want to get the first XP in quite nicely. And scouting the middle with his disciple to try and find some yaks. Somppu also getting the yaks with his elephants. And already finding 2 of them. 4 of them now. Okay, so there's only 2 left here, and then some batches of 1 yak around the map. So this is a pretty good start for Somppu here, grabbing most of the yaks in the middle. Might even get these ones later, although most likely going to be picked up by Lucas eventually. Oh, that could have been stolen, but not quite. Lucas going to be able to do a little bit of damage maybe to that monk while it's taking a 50 wood treasure, but ultimately Somppu will be able to pick that up, which is nice for him, definitely. So India is going to chop wood, obviously. India needs a house and some villas, and the villas cost wood, so that's how it goes. China just chopping the 100 wood he needs for the village. I don't think he got any treasure yet. Gonna be able to fatten some of the yaks he's found on the map and from that goat as well. Not really liking too much that scouting from Lucas. I don't know why he's scouting like none of the map with his explorer, just going to that trading post and just coming back to his base. Not sure what he's really looking for. I guess he's found 1 yak probably here, but it's yeah, lots of time invested by Lucas into just scouting this spot. Also not, yeah, he's gonna get the yak now. Okay, so that's fine. But yeah, India is quite ahead in the yaks. Quite ahead in the treasures, getting 90 and 50 wood, which is extremely good for India. And yeah, they're now both gonna proceed to age up soon. Lucas being a little bit behind. India usually doesn't re-age up faster than China, but considering he's got 140 wood worth of treasures in age 1, he's most definitely going to have a very nice age up time. And thus he might just age before China, which is kind of unusual. But yeah. Another yak here, China is going to spot it and take it. The 2 last are still hidden. Wait. One of them was found, but not the other. Probably just because that disciple has such low line of sight that it did not actually spot both of them. But either way, Lucas actually now being ahead in the yaks, still not really getting any treasure. I mean, he's got a 60 food, which is going to help a little bit for his age up, but not getting any major treasures here, unlike Somppu, who's got the very nice 140 wood. Spotting the forward agra, Somppu just, well, forward, let's say middle map agra. Could be more aggressive, but not too aggressive here. Just controlling that gold mine and the hunt. Lucas finding an 85 wood here. Not going to be as good as what India got, because India was able to use that wood to age up faster, which is extremely nice. While Lucas, if he gets that wood, it's not gonna be super useful just yet. But in fact, Somppu knows about it, and he was maybe waiting for Lucas to start treasuring it. And I don't know who's gonna get it. They're gonna fight for that treasure. And I think Somppu's got it actually. Yeah, that is an obscenely good H1 for Somppu. I don't speak Finnish, but I think that's something about homo. That's all I can say. I don't really understand the rest of the word, but yeah. I'm not sure why Lucas doesn't just fight this. Maybe he's aware that 2 sepoys will pop sort of soon and that fighting doesn't have any really much point. Maybe he just wants to grab that yak that he finally saw here. So yeah, Lucas gonna nicely sit on 6 yaks. I do believe there should be maybe 1 or 2 more on top somewhere. There's one here. That's all actually. And Lucas was chopping some wood, so I was wondering what he's gonna do. I guess he will go for some sort of semi-FF, just probably train some Chukanus and pikemen, the Old Hand Banner Army from his War Academy. And meanwhile, Somppu picking that treasure up. It's kind of a useless treasure, but I think he does it because he's afraid that if he does not do that, Lucas would just trigger the treasure guardians with his monk, and then they would start sieging down the Agra, which is just annoying. So you might as well just preemptively just pick it up yourself. And we have 300 export first, so this looks like a consulate rush. Could be a mind game though, but yeah, it is indeed a British consulate here. So that is the good old go-to build of Somppu. The very high IQ build where you just ship 300 export to get musketeers and then ship 5 sepoys, which are just musketeers as well. And you also train sepoys, so basically you get only musks and then you just right click in and hope for the best. However, Lucas probably expected that. I don't think he actually scouted that consulate, but surely he's expecting it to happen. And we had sort of the same thing in Wicked Cossack against Soldier, so the same sort of build order from Soldier and the same build order from Wicked, pretty much. We do have 4 Star Wars, but the wall is gonna block them, and I believe Somppu can't really do much here. He's trying to force it, but I don't understand because he's gonna lose so many units. I think this is very, very bad from Somppu here. He's gonna lose most of his sepoys before the wall even goes down, and then what will be left will not be enough to really crush that army, most likely, because China can even call the sentries if he needs to, and just defend that. He's losing 1 bill. Somppu targeting the bills as usual, but yeah, I mean, he's lost a lot of stuff here, and Lucas is gonna get some snare, so gonna be able to keep sniping more of these units. Also the monk doing a lot, just tanking a lot, the pikemen going on top of the saw wall, the Chukanu is doing great against all the infantry here, and a free badge from the Summer Palace popping right at the perfect time for Lucas here. So yeah, looking pretty good for him. Though at the end of the day, Somppu does have Gorkhas, which are going to be hard for China to deal with in H2. But then again, Lucas got away with shipping 700 gold now. He can even just rebuild that wall in case Somppu wants to go for another timing just like this one. And he should be totally safe against any sort of pressure incoming from Somppu. The scores are looking really bad for Somppu here. Usually Somppu likes to just age after that kind of pressure, but it looks like here he feels like he's not gonna get away with it. If Somppu feels like he committed so much to this rush and didn't really do that much damage, and I think he feels like he has to go in again, and he's gonna do that. So he's got another push now coming in. This is pretty much the most all-in build you can do as India, and yeah, I don't know if that's really enough to challenge the Chukanus. I guess it's some sort of ease, but is it gonna be enough of a push here for Somppu to re-win the game? I don't think so. The Chukanas have less range and a weird animation, less range than the Gorkhas, but they do have more speed, which allows them to catch up with the Gorkhas and sort of kite forward towards the Gorkhas. And there's not that many Gorkhas left here, and TC Fire is going to deal with most of them. So Somppu is trying his best to keep applying as much pressure as possible, but unfortunately I don't think it's gonna really work out for him here. I think he's... oh well, that is a big pickup, just getting another 90 XP and killing that monk, and he's gonna come back with a couple soul wars, but he's just revealing the fact that he has a stable, and not the soul wars aren't gonna do too much. He does kill a Vil. The pike's not really going on top of the soul walls. Oh, 7 step. That is interesting. He was aging, but Lucas... wait, no. He's not aging yet. Now he will start aging. Okay, so he can totally ship that, and he's just gonna clean up. I mean, the Gorkhas are dead. Next, see a couple Chukanus able to do some damage, but not too much here. They are gonna die, but meanwhile Lucas is aging. Somppu is himself nowhere near aging, and a free batch gonna come in to just defend that. And another batch of 2 Sawas, which is not what you want at this point. You need more than that. And there's still enough Step Riders, a couple Minutemen, Pikemen, TC Fire, crossbows, just enough for Lucas to hold this while aging up. So even though he's lost maybe 3 Vils or something like that, yeah, indeed, over the course of this game, he is going to age up totally safely and going to be very pleased with that. I would really like him to rebuild that wall, because it's just very cheap and just safe. This is the Confucian Academy, which will give Lucas 8 skirms upon age up, as well as some free flying crows every I don't know, 2 or 4 minutes or something. More Sawas, but just Somppu sort of trickling his Sawas in, and they don't do that much. And yeah, the 3 Sawas surely isn't gonna be enough to deal with the skirms when they pop. Also, Lucas now TC firing the Sawas to make sure he can safely have his skirms. Gonna drop a consulate here. And Somppu finally might want to age with 600 gold, or maybe it is just for more units. I'm not sure, we'll have to see. But he popped it forward, which isn't ideal, but shouldn't really be a problem here. Just checking a little bit my recording software, just because I don't usually record, I stream usually, so I'm just checking everything's going fine, but it looks fine now. All right, and the skirms are alive, but there's a lot of Sawas coming in actually. Is Lucas gonna be able to pop a unit shipment in time? We'll have to see. He's doing a good job microing that, just sniping down the infantry, and yeah, oh wow, that is a big pop. That is probably just GG. Oh my god, that is a total of 14 Chengdaos and 3 arquebusiers popping and just totally cleaning this army up. One Sawa gonna escape. Somppu gonna wall up, trying to prepare for the follow-up after that fail, and yeah, I mean, 1 more shipment and Lucas should feel totally comfortable pushing out. Even now he can just push. I mean, he's got so much anti-cav and enough skirms alive to deal with any amount of Indian units right now, because India just lost everything here. But he might want to wait for 1 more just in case, like the Meteor Hammers or the Redcoats. But no, he's just gonna go. I respect that. He knows Somppu probably. Somppu just really likes to age up a lot after you did. He pretty much always ends up aging to Fortress, while some players decide to just stay in colonial forever. I think like this is a situation where India should just stay colonial, just because if you age, I mean, it's gonna be such a long way to Fortress now, and even if he's walling, this is extremely expensive. This is some hundreds of wood spent into walling up, and I'm not sure it really matters at the end of the day. And Somppu is struggling to get the resources to really age up. And I feel like this is a point where you would just stay colonial and just get like maybe 10 Gorkhas and Sawas and try to clean this up. But yeah, either way, oh, 5 metal hammer is indeed coming in, and that's going to be a big raid. And the aggro is going down, going to give so much experience to China. Probably just going to get his next shipment, or almost. We'll see. Maybe not quite. Yeah, it's 320 XP, so very, very close to his next shipment. And just killing most of the bills on top here, so evening a bit up the economic population. But in anyway, the eco doesn't really matter here at this point. I mean, Somppu is hoping for a comeback, not resigning just yet, but I really fail to see that happening. Even the score gap is impressive, and there's still gonna be quite a lot of unit shipments from Lucas, especially after killing that aggro. Damn it. Picking a deck always makes it lag so much. He can still get the 10 arquebusiers and then the mercs, basically. And then he can still have some of these powerful upgrades or 1k gold for mass or something like that. So yeah, Lucas feels comfortable just sieging and not really doing much more, because he's got such a lead here. And Somppu is just struggling to access resources. He has no units, he's trying to age, but he also needs some resources going up with the Taj Mahal. And can I send some seapoise? Not sure seapoise can really take on this upgraded cav. Like if Lucas micros one of his cav back, he could actually clean this up quite easily, I think. But he's choosing to go back. He doesn't need to take that trade anyway. His main army is here. Why would he fight this with 5 cav when he's got more than 50 pop of stuff here? And now Somppu is finally up. But yeah, these walls, I don't even think these walls paid off. They bought a tiny amount of time, but they go down quite quickly, and they cost. These must have cost like close to 500 wood if you take into account the walking time. So yeah, not looking too good for Somppu here. He will obviously be able to ship something like Euromis now, but as much as Euromis popping right on your army is scary, I don't think it will matter too much when there's that much cav and just that many units overall. Although Lucas is sort of doing the only thing that could cost him the game right now by right-clicking this TC, because he knows Euromis are gonna pop, so it's maybe not what you want to do, but 9 seapoise actually, wow. Somppu pretty much always goes for the Euromis, but this time he went for seapoise and ceasefire to save his army, but that is also gonna sort of give time to Lucas to just bring everything back together. So now there's really no way these seapoys do anything. Also getting a repelling volley, which is a very good NT Somppu card because it gives Skirmish as a multiplayer against heavy infantry and ranged cavalry. Well, Somppu is not going to train ranged cavalry, but surely he's going to train seapoys. So these skirms now deal a lot of damage to seapoys. And that was not a very close game, actually. Just Lucas defending pretty well, the console rush failing, and the follow-up for Somppu being quite sloppy. And Lucas just snowballing that into a convincing win here, just right-clicking the Indian base. Somppu trying to sneak a dock at the end, but didn't really have time to do much with it. So that is going to be 1-0 for Lucas in this in this play 05, sorry. And yeah, well, just China snowballing that really hard and getting a lot of units, and despite losing a couple of wheels, probably much less resources, still an insane ratio. Oh, not actually an insane ratio, but still good enough. All right, so let's move on to next game. So, yeah, you should always record your 20 games, but well, it's not like if no one was upsing it. I was upsing. I can confirm no one was cheating in this game. So yeah, it's not too bad. So I'm gonna assume Sompu went for Otto and Lucas is counter picking with Su because this is most definitely a very good matchup for Su. I don't think Sompu decided to go Otto into Su. Alright, and we're gonna go in this game 2 of the play all 5 between Sompu and Lucas. So yeah, 1-0 for Lucas, trying to get some honor back for the team MDS, which the Mandarin Duck squad has been quite behind in this EPL event. So maybe trying to redeem a little bit his team here. And anyway, we're gonna go into that game 2 very shortly. Recording the game. Alright, so there is game 2 indeed. We have on the top right side of the map Lucas in the color green playing as, I mean, he's always in the color green by the way. Playing as Su, while on the other side of the map it's Sompu in the color blue playing as Otto. This is a wood start, which is, I don't know, for who it's better. It's definitely nice for Otto because you can get that Mosque, which is gonna give you a lot of extra experience. But then again, Su can also chop for a trading post or just slam down 2 TPs, which is also quite nice. So probably sort of an even crate start. And yeah, you get line of sight when you're Su or any other War Chief Civ. This is so sad for Sompu. He could directly see that treasure thanks to the line of sight you get a start from the trading post. I don't actually know why War Chief Civs get that, but they do. And so directly spotting the treasure. And 80 food for 2 Renegados is not the best treasure, but for a War Chief Civ it's very good because you get that Renegado. So now Su can and should probably try to hunt down the Ottoman Explorer. He should just go here. You know Otto is going to go for a trading post, right? So just go on that side, find his Explorer and kill it. And then the whole map is for you. You get everything you want to get in H1. He's just picking up a 40 food here. He did finally slam down his 2 TPs in his base. I need to check the hunts. That's actually quite a bit better for Sompu maybe. But he's got such a good start, I'm not sure he wants to restart that. We'll see though. I mean, that hunt is... Yeah, it's not about Sompu though, it's about if Lucas wants to rehost or not. Alright then. Let's go. So we're gonna play this game. Su still hasn't found the Ottoman Explorer, but now that might happen. I wonder if he's gonna be able to just crackshot that Renegado. That would be huge actually. No, Lucas pulling it back. Maybe Sompu does not have a crackshot, I don't know, but either way, this is a typical situation where you just cannot ever kill that Renegado unless Lucas makes a mistake, but usually you can't even get in range to crackshot that, and the Explorer eventually just dies. So yeah, that is unfortunate for Otto. He's not going to be able to re-get any sort of second trading pose. Not going to be able to re-scout what Su is doing. It's just very sad. Actually getting the crack shot, I don't know how. This should not have happened in my opinion. That guy was quite far and out of line of sight, but somehow the crackshot did go off. So that is going to be pretty good for Somppu here. In fact, not going to lose his Explorer. And yeah, so he will be able to do whatever he wants with that Explorer and not actually be restricted to one training post. And Somppu going here, and that Explorer is quite low HP, but I don't think it would die. Surely it will not. It will not die, but it's gonna be very low HP at the end of the day. And meanwhile, Somppu is going for a forward base, so that is also something to take into account here. Sunadori being able to scout so much at the moment since he's building a TP, but surely he will check the middle map soon. So I guess we can expect Jans from Somppu. I don't know if he's just gonna go double Jan or Jan Haas or Jan Abus or I don't know Jan Semai or whatever, but we can be pretty sure it's gonna be a Berex. Like Otto usually opens with the Berex, and when you're up against Su, you even more want to open with the Berex. That Explorer running away, not gonna just die just yet. Double Jan Rush indeed. Lucas needs to scout that. Because you kind of want to open up with the War Hut and ship 4 Axe or 2 Dogs. Because then if you get like Satins and Cav, the Jans are useless. However, it looks like Lucas's macro to build a stable, which is a little bit more risky against double Jan, obviously. And just checking for a front base, not too sure what's going on, but I think he will find the front base just now. And so now he's going to know what's up. He might just adapt and maybe cancel. Yeah, right. Exactly what I was looking for. I just saw that shipment he had in queue was probably 5 wheels just because he was thinking, yeah, maybe Otto is going FF, so I'm going to start with 5 wheels. And then, in fact, he canceled it and reshipped it. So he shipped 6 Saturns instead, I'm quite sure. Yeah. And so that's going to help him a lot handle that rush. And then at this point, as Su, you can just pretty much ship only units, like 6 Saturns, 4 Axe, 2 Dogs, and just train the rider. And then you should be able to kill pretty much any sort of Jan aggression. But we'll have to see what Lucas does. That's just what I believe you should do, but Lucas might have a different idea of the matchup, so we'll have to see. But yeah, it's definitely 6 Saturns at first. Meanwhile, what do we have? Hunting dogs for Otto. Interesting. So I guess it kind of makes sense when you go for that build because you're gonna gather almost only food. You don't really gather any gold when you ship 700 gold because Jans cost a bit of gold but mostly food. So 700 gold is pretty much enough to train Jans, and then you have all your bills pretty much set to food. Maybe a couple on wood for a house, a couple on your gold crates, or just gathering a little bit of gold, but mostly food. So hunting dogs is quite nice. 3 Haas coming in. So this is a timing here. Double Jan Rush. It's a good old dirty double Jan Rush. And Lucas is just going to run and try to maybe not fight. He wants to delay the fight as much as possible. He still has to fight between TPs though. But shipping 4 Axe, and that might just be good time for Lucas. Unfortunately, he's not fighting in TPs. The Riders are just on top of the Jans, which is not what you want. I don't know why Lucas is not hit and running that. But regardless, still doing sort of okay. He still needs to deal with the Srihasa's follow-up with his units. That was pretty poor micro by Lucas, honestly, but it's still doing... He's doing okay, I guess, but you kind of... yeah, that was not too great by Lucas. Still gonna be fine somehow, but could have microed that much better, I think. Also need to sit in the TPs and not here, because here you don't have any boost on your units. So yeah, just a few Jans alive. They will give a hard time to these couple units here, but eventually they will not do too much and probably just die. Lucas again getting caught in melee mode here. This is not what you want to happen. Still though, gonna pop 2 dogs, and regardless of what happened here, I think Lucas will just clean this up. And now boss players have probably used all of their unit shipments. Or maybe Lucas has more in deck just because... Yeah, okay, wow, yeah, that is a very aggressive deck just because he knows against Otto you might as well have more unit shipments. Cutting, for example, Cav attack in H2 to get these extra unit shipments in. Cutting some crates as well. Just being ready to play it very aggressively. But yeah, again, you know, it's sort of an even game at this point. The eco is similar, the military is similar, and I feel like what could have been a crush for Lucas, like a very decisive fight, is in fact gonna be it's gonna be quite close. Lucas pulling back his bills into the TC, not really wanting to fight this Jan's gonna lose one bill here. I could see something popping like the clubs or whatever, just snaring the Jans right on top of them. Somppu may be overcommitting a bit here, staying between the TPs in sort of an 3 bears popping now. Alright, so these guys are not countered by Jans as much as Hussars would. I mean, you can hit and run them, they don't actually have a range resist. But you cannot go melee against them because they... I mean, you can, but it's not very good because they are not calves, so they do not get countered by melee musketeers. But yeah, not quite enough here. Not really able to push Somppu back too much. So Lucas is going to have to think through his plan now. He didn't crush quite hard enough early on, and now I don't know what he's going to really do. I guess he can still ship the clubs, but, you know, he's going to run out of steam eventually. And he might want to age, but again, it's really tough to age here when Otto keeps spamming Jans in your base, so... Lucas is sneaking some wheels on a hunt here, but I'm not sure if Somppu scouted that just yet. Somppu going for the market, just sieging whatever he gets to siege, I guess. Doing some damage with his units. Follow up with 700 wood now so that he can add another building maybe, or a stagecoach. Although he lost his explorer, so it's not going to be easy to actually build TPs. Then again, it's still tough for Otto to take a fight in these TPs. Oh, clubs popping. But yeah, Somppu is just gonna hit and run his way out of here. And there's no unit that really counters Jans here. It's just a bunch of stuff that doesn't do too good against Jans. And it might be just enough, but... it's sort of a painful trade for Sue here. Because in fact... Otto sort of has a better follow-up for once, just because the eco is similar, but Otto has map control, he doesn't need to train wheels, they're free, so this is pretty good for Otto if you ask me. He probably got steel traps now too, yeah, so he can keep spamming lots of jams. And yeah, I think that's probably GG. The last effort from Lucas, I don't know what he does next. I guess he could try to get the big button, but it's a bit too early for that. It would be not that many dogs. So, I don't know what's the plan for Lucas here. Like, he can still ship 5 wheels and that kind of stuff, but it's not really helping against this massive Jans here. Although, that's a nice Barrider pop. With TC Fire, 1 wheel tanking, gonna die unfortunately, but still, this is enough for Sue to hold for the time being, I guess. The TP is giving extra HP to the Bariders. But the Explorer is going to tank a bit, and Somppu is pushing in again. Now going to go back, not too sure what he's doing, but cav HP. Just 700 gold, I think, and mass some units, maybe. $600 wood as well, so Somppu probably wanted to get a stagecoach, but his Explorer is still dead. And Archery Foundry is up. A bit unfortunate, Lucas never got to build a war hut actually. I think he needed to scout that front base earlier and just build a war hut. And then it's suddenly much easier to hold when you can actually train Setons instead of training Bariders, because Bariders are strong, but they're not really a counter to Jans at all. So you kind of want to train Satins, and I think this might be the nail in the coffin here. Lucas gonna lose a lot of bills, and also gonna lose his paraders, and I think Lucas will have to resign. Also, no placer mines for Su here, so also not the greatest eco, but doesn't really matter. I mean, when a head is up in eco, when Otto is up in eco and even shipping 4 bills now, you know something's wrong. I mean, without Stagecoach. Otto is quite often ahead in eco with Stagecoach actually, but now even without Stagecoach he's ahead, and Lucas is microing the best he can, but I'm afraid it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Lucas is gonna resign now and call the GG. And that's gonna make it 1-1. Alright, so yeah, that first fight was sort of an even trade. But again, Su could have microed that so much better. He could have been positioned in TPs. He could have just pulled back his calf so that they don't die to melee Jans. You know, could have just cleaned that up and be left with like, I don't know, 15 or 20 units at the end. And then that would be pretty much GG here. But yeah, that first trade wasn't too good for Su. And even though he got a good trade then afterwards, it was just, yeah, not too good. And if you look at the resources, in fact, with all the idle time, Otto is significantly ahead, also because he shipped trades, to be fair. But yeah, Otto just being ahead. So that makes it 1-1 in this playoff 5. All right. I'm gonna need to record the game. Somppu locking Russia and Lucas instantly going for the Aztecs. All right, so we go again in this playoff 5 between Somppu and Lucas. And we have a coin start, which is probably better for Aztecs. They do have sort of a... They can get a market if they want a bit more easily than Russia. For example, by picking up that gold and maybe finding another gold treasure, just buying wood, getting hunting dogs, that kind of stuff. However, Lucas decides to not do that, just going for the water buffaloes here. Although he's gonna let... no, gonna save that. Not much happening there. More coin treasures, quite a lot of them actually. 50 wood down here. $90 wood, 50 gold, and a 40 gold up here.
Yes.
So that is quite a nice treasure spawn here. Yeah, so Somppu's team, SKG, just qualified now by just winning that 1 point they needed to qualify to the playoffs against the Nila Ninjas. And looks like Somppu is gonna go for that 90 wood. Don't think Lucas has a convert available just yet. So might not pick up that 50 wood right now. Not going for the 90 wood actually, just first checking around if Lucas Explorer would be anywhere nearby. And Lucas is just converting that tiger here. Could let the rhino actually tank. Maybe would have been a bit better because this guy got so much HP. And the HP on it doesn't really matter. Like if you let it tank and it loses some HP, I think it doesn't matter because eventually it's probably gonna get crack shot anyway by the opponent's explorer. So you might as well let it tank and keep some more HP on your explorer. But either way, it's not a very big deal. Lucas making sure he gets the 60 XP, so double the XP because he let his pet kill the Guardian. And it's just an extra 30 XP, which is actually quite big. $80 coins still on the map. But that tiger, I believe, has a multiplier against villagers. Yeah, it still does some damage to vills, but not a ton of damage. So yeah, not sure it's enough to deny any sort of front base. However, I don't think Somppu will even go for a front base. You can't really go for a front base against Aztecs just because Aztecs are quite a bit faster than Russia. And if they decide to just all in your front base, even if you also all in yourself as Russia, I don't think you can hold. So Somppu is just gonna go in base instead. A blockhouse going up in Somppu's base now. 3 warrior priest first for Lucas. This Vil is not then. I don't know what this Vil is doing. Weird pathing, I guess. But yeah. 3 warrior priest first. So a bit more of a greedy way to play this matchup. Not starting with 700 wood. Just going first for the 3 warrior priests.
Yes.
And can I dance for experience? So yeah, this format was pretty good, the format of the EPL. But now it's a little bit awkward because essentially this match is worthless now. We're casting this and they're playing it out for the sake of playing it and because then it gives more games to you guys to watch. But in fact, we know that these games are useless now. They might as well be a show match because they don't matter anymore since SKG is anyway qualified and MDS, it's been a long time MDS is out of the tournament, so the result doesn't really matter here, but we're anyway gonna cast this. Blockhouse in base indeed. Forward were hot. So it looks like Lucas is just setting up for a contain here. Somppu getting a stable up directly from 400 wood. So I guess he will ship 700 wood first because he's going to need wood now after getting a stable directly up. And still traps. No, he's going for 5 costs first. Interesting. And Lucas is starting Coyotes, which is very standard as Aztecs. Got only 6 out. So that one of the batches must have been pretty bad. At least one of the batches. But I don't think 6 Coyotes are quite enough to beat 5 costs. But when it's next to the War Hut, it's probably, yeah, and he's got more of them. So these Coyotes are gonna raid, killing 1 bill here, buying a lot of time. But Lucas could have maybe tried to chase them and catch them. Now they're gone, so they will not die. Although actually Somppu is going in again, so we'll see if these Cossacks can get out of here alive. Yeah, looks like Lucas is gonna kill these 2 Cossacks here. And gonna pull away 2 of his Cossacks with more Cossacks that he's got. For now, just training only Cav. Oh, these Cossacks are AFK though, they're gonna get caught. But gonna pull them away. Still gonna be snared, but Lucas will probably have to give up just because there's a Minuteman threat and he doesn't have that many Coyotes anyway. A few Musks joining the Russian army, but that's mostly a lot of Cossacks. I mean, you do want a lot of Cossacks against Aztecs, but you also need some infantry to snipe the Pumas if Aztec does get some of these on the field. And it does look like this is a good time for Aztec. He's used all of his unit shipments, or most of them at least. I don't know if he also has 5 Coyotes in deck. Yeah, he does. But yeah, Aztec just gonna go in. Somppu not really paying attention, gonna get caught here. Might still be okay. I don't know if he can pop Minutemen and maybe some more batches from his blockhouse and his table. But not looking too good for Somppu here. I think, well, it depends on what he can pop now. But he's got 700 wood, so he's not gonna have any unit shipment ready just yet. Minutemen popping, they do a really good job against Pumas, but is it really enough? There's not a lot of units left for Somppu, but to be fair, it's mostly Cav. And there isn't all that much anti-Cav from Aztec here, actually. Also for, oh my god, forgetting about so many units. Still gonna be okay here, but, you know, like, that would swing the fight so much. He needs to bring them, he saw them, but he's just not really bringing them. Gonna kill quite a few bills here. That blockhouse is not gonna go up anytime soon. 4 Cossacks, but still, Somppu has to go back. It's not quite enough to fight, unless he gets one more batch of Cossacks out. 5 Coyotes shipment from Lucas here. Pretty good positioning for Somppu in the choke. Some of the Coyotes not really being able to connect with the Cossacks. 2 Jaguars coming in as well. And more Coyotes indeed. But meanwhile, well, you know, Somppu just doesn't have Hans. Lucas has map control. The only thing that Somppu still has is the 13 straight achievement going for him, but apart from that, he's just so far behind and you can't see it in the scores. It's gonna be tough for Aztecs to come back from this. He sneaks some vills on the left side of his base, trying to get on top of some hunts here. And a batch of 10 Strelets gonna get caught by the Coyotes, and I think this is looking really tough for Somppu. I don't... Yeah, he's calling the GG. Popping Strelets, but not really gonna be so efficient against Coyote runners here. So that makes it 2-1 for Lucas in this 305. And yeah, just Aztec gets such a strong timing at this point, and it's just very hard as Russia to hold it. It would be even harder if Lucas would not forget like 2 Jaguars and 5 Coyotes here in the middle. Russia out gathering a bit because he shipped a bit more crates, and also Russia gets not more vills, but he gets still traps, which means he's gonna gather more resources. But yeah, now Aztec was also gonna follow up with 5 vills, so he was gonna keep up an eco there. Haza is gonna join me to co-cast this series. So now Lucas is gonna have to pick first. I'm gonna be right back and just drink a little bit of water. What's the last map? I don't have the thread open. Alright, I'm gonna join Haza now. Well, hi.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. I'm gonna need my earphones again. What's up?
I thought I'd hop in just to give you a bit of moral support. It's been a bit of a hard day for CMCer.
Yeah, not the brightest day for CMC for sure. Just not playing very well, and now we might be already sad because Lucas is up 2-1. I'm just thinking about what if Lucas wins 4-1, you know, and then we just lose to SKG because of the tiebreaker, you know, because they beat us, I think, in the week where we played or something like that.
I think, haven't they got one more game than us anyway?
Oh, you think they got one more game now? Maybe.
Maybe it is tied, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm just thinking if I won 1 or 2 more games of my own series, then, you know, we might just have been to finals, but well.
You can't think like that though.
Yeah, I know.
It's just more.
Oh well.
I think like that about like versus Turk and versus Maito as well. So everyone thinks like that. Really.
Everyone could say that. That's true. All right. Anyway, so that's 2-1 for Lucas, and we're gonna go in Arkansas. And Lucas picked China first, and Somppu counter-picking with Aztecs, which is an interesting counter-pick to China, I guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Aztecs would be a good counter-sip to China, but of course, like, Somppu's known for his all-in rushes and stuff, and he might think it's quite good versus Lucas's China, but...
Yeah, we'll have to see. The hunts look pretty bad for Somppu, I think.
Like... 1, 2, and the third one...
That is really far, and that is also kind of far, but I don't think Sompu will care. But I'm gonna tell him anyway.
Yeah, offer it to him regardless, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he knows he's qualified already, so I don't think he really cares about the Hans, and he's just gonna play it. But
apparently high on pain meds right now, so yeah. Thought so.
All right.
Beautiful.
So yeah, that's a coin start here. And we'll see if Sampu wants to get a market. He did get 30 gold, so he could build a market maybe, but maybe not. China just always doing the same, going for that TP.
Boring. It looks like Sompu is going for the market, by the way, because he's chopping and mining stuff.
Yeah, this has to be a market. If it's not a market, then I don't understand this game. But yeah, it's gonna
really
be.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, just go ahead.
He should really go for these food treasures because he knows China's going for a TP and it will speed up his age up. But I'm not sure where he's going.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I don't know why he didn't go for that. Trying to find stuff on top, but there isn't too much usually on top, so
yeah, that's true.
Kind of want to stick around the middle where the smaller treasures are there, and like there's a 90 coin, an 80 food, and another 90 food, and there was a 60 wood somewhere, or did I dream that? I don't know.
60 wood here.
Oh yeah, on top actually. Okay. And 135 XP here in the bottom of Sampu's base.
Oh yeah.
He picked,
Lucas.
Yeah.
He's just gonna get both these food treasures now. So.
Yeah, and with the dogs, it's gonna be really easy. He might even be able to sort of deny a front base with that, maybe.
I don't know. I think with the pirate, it's gonna be quite hard to.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna move on to that 90 gold treasure here, which isn't very useful just yet, but just a nice treasure. And
yeah.
So Sampu got hunting dogs. When did he get it? Yeah, quite late. He had to mine and chop quite a lot. He's probably gonna have to age up 1 later. Got hunting dogs at 2 minutes, which is not ideal.
Yeah, because with Aztecs, you got to build the house first, because you get your shipment quite quickly.
Yeah.
The house ASAP, you just get housed. So
unless you get decent food, decent coin and wood treasures, and you can get your hunting dogs and the house early enough. But yeah, by the looks of it, he wasn't able to do that, so he's gonna age up quite late. Boss player sitting on 400 food. So they're gonna click up at roughly the same time, but obviously Aztec gonna age up much faster than China with the fast age.
Yeah, if he does choose that option, actually, he might do the Skull Knight age or something else.
Yeah.
You never know with Sompu, really.
Yeah,
quite aggressive.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, it's just something we don't see so much, but it is an option.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll see. Yeah, he's definitely fast aging now. So just gonna go for the standard stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Has Lucas got... Oh, the deck's a bug for me for some reason. Has Lucas got Boxer Rebellion?
Yeah, he does. So that's the equivalent for China of colonial militia, but it's quite a bit worse.
No.
I mean, you can call your Minutemen basically, and they will never lose HP. But I don't think that's as good as being able to call more Minutemen. So
yeah, for sure.
But it does increase your TC damage by 50%, which is quite nice against Aztecs because you can one-shot maces in pure mass then.
Yes, that's correct. CM in general is pretty good versus Aztecs and Russia, the low HP, cheap units.
Yeah. Or against crossbow pike as well, but we don't see that much crossbow pike anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of fallen out of fashion, hasn't it? So
yeah, I just remember from when I was playing on vanilla that this was actually a thing, like just rushing with crossbow pike and stuff, and then you would just check if the opponent is one-shooting your units, because then you have to go back, because CM would be really good against crossbow pike. But yeah. Anyway, like
Nice.
nowadays, it's like you just go for crossbows defensively pretty much most of the time. You don't really rush so much with them.
Yeah. There's only like a few certain matchups on non-TP where you would do it, but even then it's not optimal.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, what the fuck?
That is gonna be a double pike cheese, I believe. He's gonna shoot
Yeah,
600 gold and something like that. But he's also building a lot of TPs. Which is kind of weird, because I think he needs a house for the wood for... No, wait. 700 and 600 wood.
Yes,
So it's
this makes...
not Pumas, actually. It's... I don't know what's going on.
I think he's planning to do Pumas a bit later. Because he's got... I think Aztecs get shipments so fast, he could probably ship 600 coins shortly after. Other TP down and then Stagecoach, maybe? Maybe that's on... Maybe that's on the table.
Probably. But it doesn't explain why this hidden front base. Because when I saw the double racks at the border of the map, I was like, okay, yeah, this has to be pikes, right? He wants to just get a shit ton of siege and right-click China. But why hide it? If you're just going to burn down the TP and get a stagecoach, you might as well drop your warhead like here or whatever, I don't know, in the middle somewhere. So, yeah, okay, interesting. He's going Puma, but he's also going to kind of reveal his front base here, because he's coming from a weird angle, so Lucas has to know that there's something up here. Kind of weird.
Also, by the time Sompu gets like a decent mass out, these 8 skirms will pop out from the Wonder, and then it won't...
Yeah.
It won't do anything at all. Coming out as well with the hero to snare.
Sompu just knows that his team is qualified, let's face it. I don't think he's playing very seriously right now. So yeah, just snaring and gonna snipe the pikes. But I don't know if this was really worth calling Minutemen and wasting your monk for that.
Yeah, this is so worth it for Sompu, I think. Just killing the monk alone is huge.
Yeah.
Especially with that, that XP as well.
180 XP is ridiculous, yeah. And now gonna get 160 XP from getting the TP down, so...
Yeah, just nuts. Also, Lucas he's got to be careful, because those are China pikes, and of course pikes don't even do that good versus coyotes. Oh wow, look at this reinforcement batch.
Yeah. So shipping 10 maces and training some more coyotes. Not a lot of units for Aztecs here, but not a lot of anti-cav for China either.
He pulled off the TP. He's got to kill that hero before he gets back with like, a lot of HP.
Oh, one Vil going forward, gonna die.
Another 180 XP, that's insane.
Yeah. And then what? I guess at the end of the day, all we are talking about just doesn't really matter, right? I mean, yeah, sure, he killed the monk, he got so much XP and all that, but is he really gonna be able to hold just a ton of unit shipments from China here? I don't know.
Yeah, intervention and then like training cab batches and shipping 5 meteor hammers next. It's just going to be so difficult for Aztecs, really.
Right, I mean...
It's so good versus Aztecs.
Pumas just can't connect so well to the meteor hammers, and the arquebusiers and the musks are going to be able to snipe them down. And then the Chinese cav kills pretty much everything else. I mean, coyotes don't do too good against Chinese cav, right? So...
No, they don't. They're quite bad.
So we'll have to see how Sompu can deal with that. He does sit on a nice 3 TP stagecoach eco, and he also shipped 5 Vils, so he does have pretty much the best eco you can dream of as Aztecs. But he just didn't punish China at all in H2.
He did, well, I wouldn't say forced, but China has gone for the Skirm Wonder rather than the tower, so that's essentially -8 Vil, so it's not too bad, I guess, but it's not ideal, I think.
Yeah, and that's just because Lucas decided to do it, but he could have even edged up with the tower and be fine, I think.
Yeah. But like, I think once Sompu gets like, he's got 9 mace holdings, I thought he'd go like Coyote Combat and stuff, because they would actually make coyotes pretty good, but
Yeah, he should probably ship it next. Maybe
Yeah.
decided he didn't have quite enough coyotes to justify shipping that card. He was on 25 coyotes when he got his shipment, so I guess it's not a ton. Uh, Looks like
Yeah.
Sompu is gonna try to go, but yeah, uh, we'll see how it
Uh,
goes.
yeah, he's not going to expect Lucas's army coming from that angle. But yeah, he's just going to pick up a few units. I think Lucas doesn't want to take that just yet.
Yeah. And he does lose some units for free, but also kills a couple Pumas, and the Pumas are very important here because of Chinese cav, yeah. So, and the thing is that China got the range advantage. He's got only 8 skirms, but they have the range advantage, so he can pick up 3 kills. And this choke is pretty good for China too.
I feel like Sompu just shouldn't push, but then at the same time, like China cab mass is just impossible to deal with late colonial. So
Yeah, he's got more than 50 pop-up units. He doesn't know what to do with it anymore. Gotta delete some, I think.
he's got to get away. He's got to drag box like 3 times.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah. For the viewers, Sompu doesn't use control groups, so he's just drag boxing everything he's got. Maybe now he's using control groups. I don't know. He just splits his units. Maybe not. Probably not.
Does like the ace thing where you like quickly select between like groups and double click the unit group.
Yeah, probably. Gonna kill 2 vills here. Meanwhile, losing his and that is also okay. A village is going up here, so these vills are gonna be safe. But yeah, I mean that's a lot of the crow. Yeah, but meanwhile he gets snared. I don't know how good it is to go for that crow when you're also gonna get snared. He needs to drop back a couple coyotes, maybe.
Yeah, he needs to get out of there. Just oh god,
that flank.
No.
Yeah, and this is gonna force a fight, and I think it's gonna be GG. I don't see that Aztec army doing much here. He's got only 8 Pumas against a bunch of Chinese cav, and we'll see though. Not quite getting the fight. The tree's sort of blocking stuff, but
yeah, he also shipped 3 warrior priests to the forward war hut. So
yeah, classic.
This is still no coyote combat though.
Yeah, kind of weird, but I guess now that he's got 3 warrior priests, he will be able to dance for XP and get his coyote combat next. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what he's dancing for right now. I'm trying to check. He's not dancing for XP actually, so he's probably making warrior priests.
Yeah, I think he needs 10 warrior priests to even have a chance of winning a fight.
Yeah. I think he still doesn't have a chance even then, but
probably.
Sompu rebuilding his trading post. Lucas could have maybe taken that, but yeah, gonna siege it down again, so doesn't really matter.
Lucas is quite tight on his macro actually. He's only got like the first tier of market upgrades, and he's almost housed at the same time, so he's like can't really afford to get a TP right now unless he does a lot of trading.
Yeah, that's what happens when you age up with the Porcelain Tower, pretty much. The Confucian Academy, I mean. Like, you just don't get... You have a sort of a hard time getting the wood in. But that's also why taking a TP, even if it's hard and you have to buy 200 wood, taking a TP is very nice because then you get a wood in comb, which helps you just get your market upgrades and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when you're sad you don't have Coyote Combat, because with Coyote Combat, these guys are actually faster than Cav. But he's going to be able to get away without losing too many Coyotes here.
Yeah, before Coyote Combat, they're just barely faster than Rods, which is just not very good.
Yeah.
Sompu's aging, by the way.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if he can get away with aging up, he's surely in a nice position, right? If he can upgrade all these units and get some stuff on the field, he should be okay. But is he going to really have time to do that?
I think like this. I like this idea of building a lot of war huts all over the map because they tend to buy a lot of time actually. especially if he scouts as FB. I think Lucas will definitely siege it, and I think it's kind of worthless as FB anymore. So it's just worth sacking it for time.
Yeah, definitely. And Sompu is also gonna come to push meanwhile, probably here. And Lucas
which is like really smart play actually.
Yeah, and Lucas is repairing his village, which is also smart. And he's got one of the upgrades, so his village has a bit more HP, which might be nice.
Right.
But yeah, Lucas kind of has to send the cav back. Yeah, sneaking in a TP again.
SKG tactics.
Yeah, not sure how good it is. I guess it buys time, but yeah, right-clicking the TC is kind of weird.
He's just idling until something comes back to catch him, really.
Yeah, and he's got
his army so far away.
Yeah, and with the Pumas, Lucas is not actually able to take that fight.
It forces Lucas back whilst he's aging, so this is like really great play from Sompu, actually, really smart.
Yeah, but I feel like Lucas could react differently, maybe.
No, I feel like he has to come back. Otherwise, he's going to lose his TC and a bunch of vills in it.
Probably, yeah. But I don't know. He could also just... I mean, you get so many villages, right? Even if you lose your TC, it's not the end of the world. Because you can save Garys on your vills. And imagine if you found, for example, that. Would have been a huge pickup. But yeah, Lucas just going back and still... Yeah, it was smart from Sompu, just buying time and stuff. But now he's also revealing the position of his army. So Lucas is going to be able to take a fight because now he really wants to fight now that Aztec is H3. He wants to force a fight before Aztec can upgrade everything. And this might be a lot of dead units.
Yeah. He just needs to tech his stuff and get attack dance and get some Eagle Runner Knights out.
Yeah.
Does he have enough time to do so? Vet Puma's on the way now as well.
I think this is the point where you don't really... yeah, maybe. You don't really want to train anything else than Eagle Runner Knight at this point, probably.
Yeah, I think he needs... Well, maybe some Coyotes still as well, just because Vet Coyotes actually feel really good. I don't know why. They're just so much better than H2 ones.
Well, they do get 25% boost.
Is it 25?
Yeah, for all warchief units, you get 25% with the veteran upgrade. So it's a bit better than for European civs.
Yeah. So 6 Eagles coming out.
Yeah. And Lucas did get infantry combat in, but he doesn't have that many infantry units, actually. Maybe double-faced armor would have been better, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so as well. And he's going to pick up this crow.
Again. No, he's not.
Oh, what?
He decides he goes back to defend, and that's a lot of melee units for Sompu, so I think he's just going to try to jam it all in, but is it going to work? I'm not sure.
He's got to force around that. Yeah, several groups of Coyotes. Lucas is scared to push now just because, like, Aztecs with Eagle Runner Knights and Vet Coyotes. Jag's popping out skulls as well. They're bugging though. I mean, see some skull connections.
Yeah, I still think... Oh, what the hell? Yeah.
It's laggy. Wow.
Yeah, it's laggy actually. Good thing this series doesn't matter then. But I think China is gonna clean up anyway. He's not doing the greatest job of sniping the skulls.
Aztecs have got this.
Yeah, actually, maybe. I don't know. The redcoats are pretty strong here.
On the reinforcement batches, I get. Actually, yeah, the redcoats, and there's plenty of skirms in the back.
Yeah, the maces are gonna be good though, because he needs something.
A nice mace big button. Oh, Manchu's on the way as well.
A bit late, and the crow. Yeah, just maybe not the greatest fight for Lucas here, and he's actually already behind in eco now. And Sompu rebuilt again his trading posts. So in fact, this is a kind of trade that is pretty good for Aztecs. I mean, China is out of unit shipments. He can't remass as much as Aztec. He has less eco. Still though, China is coming out on top. He does have the Manchus and he's got the crow. So even though he's maybe a bit behind, I don't know. It's a close game. It's a very close game.
Sompu's out of food though, so that's gonna be a big factor.
And he's gonna
waste his Coyotes.
Yeah.
Puma big button coming out.
Yeah, but double carded arquebusiers are just
they're
gonna
×3 now. Wow.
Yeah, 20 times 3 is insane. Like, It's like what an H2 Abus gun does to your pikes, 60 damage. It's a lot. So, and they also get that against. No, they don't get it against Eagle Runner Knights. I don't know. I'm not sure actually about that.
I'm not sure about that either.
Yeah, they do. It's written in the description of the card. If you hover it with your pointer, you can see that it adds 1 to.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, what an insane card, man! This is one of the best cards in the game, really, in terms of upgrades. Like, it's just.
And the other good one is the double-faced armor, which is also insane. Like, China gets so good upgrades.
Yeah, still Boyars is like you cannot compete with Boyars, right? But
Yes, yeah.
But this is just really strong skirms, and so they just dig on any kind of anti-cav, really, like Eagle Runner Knights, goons, pikes, musks, whatever. They just get DPS down so quickly by arquebusiers at this point. So this is quite a strong unit composition from Lucas, with some Manchus alive, some cav, and these super strong skirms.
Yes, and some more redcoats on the way as well, so it's going to be quite tough to hold this push. It must be quite frustrating for Sompu, like being low on food, but having like a really good eco, but not being able to train stuff.
Yeah, this is probably the point where you want your TPs to be on food. I'm gonna check what resource it is on. I hope it's not on wood. I think it's on food.
It's
I'm
on
not sure.
food, I think.
Yeah.
Food. He's going to train nothing but eagles right now, which is it's a good unit, but versus ×3 skirms, it's just not ideal.
Well, to be fair, he probably didn't identify the ×3, and even if he did, he probably doesn't know, like we did not, that they also work on Eagle Runners. Oh,
or maybe.
This
is so close to being scouted. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's sad for Lucas. Small raid here, Sompu killing a couple of views. So Sompu's still, probably behind, but still not quite losing the game just yet. And
he's good at these sort of buying time mechanics. He's like done it so often that he's really good at it. There's some sort of outplaying here.
Also because he doesn't use control groups, so he doesn't mind having units everywhere and just drag boxing them all. While I, for example, I'm just annoyed whenever I have more than 4 groups of units or something.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
And so Luca's gonna clean the map up.
He's found this. This is probably gonna be GG.
Yeah, that is not a good farm placement for sure.
It's like one of those times where you think it's like a really smart plan to just build it right in the corner of the map, but if it finds it, it's just like game over, really.
Yeah, I've regretted so many times just dropping forward mills and stuff, especially in team games, because it often goes to late game in team games, and then you're just like, come on. Like, either you lose all your vills, or you just have to leave the building, and then you just wasted sometimes 800 wood for plantation, and you can't use it. It's just so sad.
Yeah, you're just like think it's such a good idea just to like throw down a plantation here, and then you think like 5 minutes later when it's getting raided and there's no garrison point, oh great, what have I just done?
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
But oh well.
All right, just having a quick look at the graph, and that big fight was as good as it could have got for Sompu, I guess. He was a bit behind in military, but he still got a decent trade. But yeah, eventually he just couldn't really gather resources so much, and China, China never stops massing. If you look at the remass of China at the end, despite having another very good eco, he just gets a lot because he just gets free units from the buildings and stuff. So
yeah, he has like 3 or 4 buildings that produces units for free, and it's just so hard to compete with that, especially with no map control.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that makes it 3-1 to Lucas, and we'll go into the final game of this playoff 5, which is gonna be on the map with 3 TPs and water, according to Lucas. I don't know which one this is. Maybe Baja California.
Yebel Musa.
Oh yeah. Yeah, actually you're right. Yeah. Has to be this map. It's Jebel Musa.
I remember Wicked playing the soldier last map on that map, so I think it must be that one.
Yeah, I mean, I even casted myself a couple hours ago. Breeze against Dictator. So yeah,
Right.
the one game Dictator actually won in that
Yeah, that
series.
was sort of disappointing from Dick, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he tends to be very disappointing at the moment. I know he used to play better than that for sure,
Yeah.
but not having the best record at the moment for sure. But all right, so I don't really know who picks first. I believe it has to be Sompu picking because he counterpicked China with Aztecs.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
I don't know actually because of skills. Lucas sort of forgot about them and he didn't snipe them. So I think the skills actually did a lot of work. Ah, he didn't. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's even a card you would ship in transition, right? Into
Yeah.
Fortress. If you have 10 warrior priests and you can get experience, and you would definitely ship it because it's so good. But yeah.
I think he had like 2 shipments stacked, or like 1.5 when he was aging. It's it
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, that is why. That is. I wonder what he had instead then.
I'm just gonna look through his decks now. I'm just like, what could you have instead?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's got 5 coyotes and 4 veals or something like that, and then he doesn't have coyote combat.
A rush deck? Nope. I'm finishing names.
Wait.
Who's the combat in them? So I don't know what deck he chose. Anyway,
Uh, Wait, how many Aztec home cities he's got? Only one. I want to understand, man. I'm so confused because this is such a good card. And yeah, it's all written in Finnish or whatever, so it's even
yeah,
harder to understand. Yeah, I don't know, man.
all the decks and it has them in them, so he must have just deleted the deck or
What?
made a new
Yeah,
one.
he's always got it, so huh. Oh well. Mystery. So
Sompu's just PM me what he's gonna do. It's quite a cool strat, but I'm not gonna reveal it for the sake of the viewers, I guess.
let me guess. It's gonna water boom into a revolt.
No.
We'll see, I guess. Oh, Japan? Okay. That's maybe not a terrible matchup against Otto, but also not exactly what you would use to counterpick Otto.
um,
I don't know. I mean, especially not on a 3 TP map like that.
I feel like Japs are pretty good. Not that bad versus Otto, actually.
I also think they're not that bad, but I don't think it's the best counterpick, and especially not on a 3 TP stagecoach. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't counterpick. I don't think it's a bad matchup overall.
No, it's okay, I think. Um, I guess it's because in game 1, which you didn't get to cast actually, Lucas went. No, in game 2, sorry. He counterpicked Otto on Herald Island with Sue, which is kind of a standard counterpick.
Yeah.
And he just lost. Actually, he sort of mismicroed and just wasted everything in his base and just lost to double Jan. Like Sompu literally didn't train another unit than Jans this game and shipped 3 Haas and that's it. Kind of standard Sompu stuff. And
High skill strats.
yeah, and then Lucas just said, yeah, like he said he shouldn't play Sue because he always loses with them. So I think that's why he's not counterpicking with Sue this time and instead going for Japs.
I also saw earlier that he was really impressed with Knusha's Japan build versus you.
Oh, against
So
my
he might
German, yeah.
yeah, he was like impressed with Kanusha's build, so he might do something similar but with Yumi's instead, or something like that. Not entirely sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just felt like I killed Ashes for free in H2 and then still was behind in H3 in military somehow, but I probably misplayed
That's
somehow. Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That's what I mean. You didn't really make big mistakes, and it looked like
No.
it actually looked really Japan favored from what Kanusha did. Really,
Yeah, it's I don't know. Oh well. I'm not
what
gonna
is?
blame Japan because I've blamed Japan enough in my life, but well, anyway, right. So Jebel Musa coin start, which is kind of irrelevant right now, and
Yeah,
90 wood next to the water, 100 food as well. So this island is stacked here.
yeah, I see. But Lucas is going to pick himself up 70 food, and the macaques are quite easy for Japan to kill, so it's going to be really nice for him. Mind, he's just walking away from it.
Yeah, I think this is a kind of treasure you can start with one monk just because of the divine strikes.
Easily.
But
Yes.
he's gonna. I think he just activated his map pack and decided to just go straight for the penta treasures.
What the hell?
He's,
What made him go up here? I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe he felt like this treasure is safe enough and he can pick it up later, and he might as well use the time where Otto is taking a trading post to try to find the bigger fish. Maybe, which kind of makes
Maybe.
sense actually, and it's gonna pay off because yeah, he's finding 90 wood. I'm not sure if he will. He can see the lions actually, but not the treasure. So if you pay attention, you might see it, but it's unlikely.
What is it? Control F.
Control Shift F.
Oh yeah, I see. That looks so weird. What the
Yeah.
hell?
And maybe he's like, yeah, I mean, there's some alligators on this map, so maybe there are also some random lions. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you know the map, you should know that there's always two treasures on that island. At least from my experience, I feel like there's always two treasures. So if you find one, you should try to find the other. But yeah, so not gonna quite find that 100 food treasure, but still getting 90 wood. So we're gonna be able to build another shrine here, and probably gonna go back to that 70 food treasure.
Yeah, eventually. I'm not sure why he's going for this coin. I feel like you should just age up faster with the wood,
Yeah,
food. Sorry.
definitely. Yeah,
Still nice though.
especially because this treasure is it's not an insane treasure for a European civ, but for Japan, it's just so easy to pick up and just 70 food. So yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
some
Lucas has
Fusati,
gone 3 boats.
yeah,
He's got samurais in deck.
yeah, he likes to do that actually. When he goes a bit all in, it's another 2 unit shipments you can send, and they're not very good in this matchup because I don't see samurais doing much against giants, Abers, and stuff. But in some
Yeah,
matchups, like against, for example, Aztecs or Russia, they do sort of okay and they siege, but still not a great unit. Yeah, but
yeah, exactly.
I guess if you can do some sick pop and like bring your daimyo right on top of the opponent's army and just pop the 3 samurais right on his infantry, it could be pretty good.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Sompo
We see.
picking up a Gorka and
Yeah.
Vil chopping wood and Sompo acting like, nope, I'm not gonna go water, I'm just herding and
Work.
no,
Lucas isn't taking that bullshit.
yeah. He knows that Vil is here for a reason.
Oh, sure.
What does NT mean?
He means not, but you mistyped
Oh,
it.
okay. I thought it's some. I thought it meant actually something, but yeah, okay. Uh, so the thing is that some people could just train a caravel eventually and kill these boats, I guess.
Probably. Isn't that a bit too much just to kill 3 boats?
I don't know. I mean, 2 caravels is a shipment, and 5 boats is also a shipment. But I guess it's kind of a weird way to see it. But yeah, I don't really know. 400 resources for 3 bills, basically, or a bit less than 3 bills. I don't know if it's good. Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah,
We could also get that shrine down here with the cannibal, maybe. Yeah. So maybe it's worth it.
yeah, plus you can have like good like shore control with it. Like the
Yeah.
shores are always good on this map, really. You can
Yeah.
control this mine. Stompy going wood first. He's going. Looks like he's going for. Oh wow.
What? He's actually going forward, so Lucas
Ex-
reading through Somppu's plan there and just feeling comfortable going forward, knowing that there should be no units out yet. And there's gonna be a foundry in base. Interesting.
Wow, foundry. I thought he'd go racks, but
Yeah. Foundry is a bit more risky, but if Japan doesn't really get cav, well, obviously Abers are just so much better against infantry than Jans. And he's actually adding a barracks, so yeah, doesn't matter. It's just like he knows there's not going to be cav right now on the field, right? So he can open Abers and follow his Jans, and there's no way he's going to lose his Abers to any sort of cav, so that he can start massing Abers earlier. So it's quite smart.
yeah, that's true. And also, I think Abers train a lot slower than Jan, so they might pop out at the same time.
Right. And another, yeah, Vil gonna build another dock, probably. And Somppu gonna Lucas gonna deny the stagecoach here pretty much. But Somppu doesn't care too much about stagecoach since he's got a water eco. Although he's only on 5 boats right now, which isn't insane, but still a good addition to the garbage Ottoman eco.
Yeah. Lucas's eco is actually going to get really good despite shipping 5 ashes, because he can follow up with like 4 vills and stuff, and he's getting a lot of XP.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, and Lucas just going in. But getting kind of slowed down by the ashes being pulled forward, so that the front line of the ashes was a bit slowed down there. And I think Lucas can keep chasing and eventually kill the Abers, but I'm not sure how good of a trade it really is for him.
Yeah, 5 more Jans coming as well.
Yeah. I feel like maybe Somppu could have sent the 2 Jans in melee mode, but Minutemen gonna come in, so yeah, Lucas has to go back and we can check the units lost. And yeah, quite a bad trade for Lucas, probably. Although with the Minutemen, I don't know.
No, he killed 3 Abus and
Yeah.
2 Jans. Not overly bad.
Yeah, and we're forcing the Minutemen, so it's probably an okay trade. He has also got a few low HP ashes though, but still.
Because
So
Otto can't really replace this stuff, whilst Japan can.
yeah, I guess. Although he's still training boats. He's on 8 fishing boats now. Did not actually build a dock here. I don't know what happened, but he pulled again a veil and just hiding
the
there.
bill.
I don't know what's going on. Okay, dropping a dock now. 2 galleys. Yeah, right, no problem. I'm gonna just keep casting myself. 2 galleys is a weird shipment at this point. Because Lucas doesn't have any warships in decks, so why would you need 2 galleys? I'm kind of confused. Like, training 1 galley would be way cheaper and it would achieve the same because 1 galley is enough to defend the water. Because land units are not very good against warships, so you don't really need to ship 2 of them, you can just train 1. So kind of confused about that. Still though, he's gonna kill the fishing boats with them. So he does get some value out of them, but kind of a waste of a shipment here.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Alright, no problem. So yeah, Somppu shipped the galleys, which is weird.
Yeah, I saw that. I wondered. Lucas doesn't even have fumes in this deck, so it's a bit of an
Yeah.
overreaction. So,
Yeah.
Amio coming out.
So there's not that many Abus. Well, 7 of them, maybe. Yeah, there's 3 of them on the way. So I guess 7 Abus is kind of scary already. Does Lucas have a stable? Yeah. Actually, he's got a stable up.
Where is it? Oh, he does. Units in queue. He does have Nagis in queue.
Yeah, I mean 5 Nagis plus the smashed of infantry plus the daimyo, and I think it's safe to say that he cleans this up easily. Giants
Yeah.
are not the best at sniping down the cav. They don't have a lot of attacks, so they would get snared pretty hard.
He's also got 3 idle Abus on the right side of the map.
Yeah. Not exactly the unit you want to be idle somewhere.
Yeah.
Like they get caught, you kind of cry. So expensive and so strong, you really want to take care of these Abus. But he's noticing them, although sending them in the wrong way, so they might be caught.
They're gonna get picked up. They're gonna get annihilated.
Yeah, they should have not gone that way. But they will kill one Ashi. Bad trade. Alright. So now what is gonna happen? I don't know if Lucas just goes in. It's maybe a little bit tricky to fight Abus Jan in base.
He maybe needs 5 more Nagis before going in.
Yeah. We'll see. He's got he's got 4 on the way. That should do the trick, I think.
Yeah, especially with the daimyo and Jap constant and stuff.
Yeah,
but he's going too early, I think. He's probably still crushes, but
has to be careful with the daimyo too. Yeah, he's pulling it back. That's good. And the Nagis should go around the market here and just trap. Well, he's sending them in the choke, which is not ideal, but still.
For Somppu, 5 Jan shipment maybe.
He's got rendering planned and 1 shipment stacked, so I don't think he's got a shipment ready. Also, because he lost his training post, so I think this is okay for Somppu. But he's gonna be cornered here, and I'm not sure his army is gonna beat these upgraded Ashes. Like, they have the Japanese consulate and Ashi attack and daimyo. 31 attack is a lot, and they kill pretty much anything when they get in range, even Abus, I think. So.
Oh, this daimyo is getting focused.
Yeah, Lucas gonna save it though, and
no, TC5 is gonna do it.
Oh, it's gonna die. So sad always. You can't replace that dude. Regardless though, Somppu must have lost a lot of bills here because he's quite behind now. Yeah, he lost 7 bills. Oh.
These 5 Nagis are gonna be huge though.
Yeah, especially with the monk being drag boxed together.
Yeah, exactly. Showing dominance.
Right. It's going right on top of the Jansen melee though. Not this. It's the second time this series I see Lucas doing that, but now he's pulling back his cav and actually getting cleaned up here. At the end of
what
the day.
the hell's going on?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened really, but I guess Abe is still a good unit. But meanwhile, yeah, Somppu did lose 7 bills. So he was
big.
He was on par with the Japanese eco, or almost, and now he's quite a bit behind. And Japs can still ship 4 bills if he wants. So still and make more shrines, obviously. Yes. So some booming potential for Japs here. Although he probably has to ship the orchards next because he's gonna soon be out of food.
Yeah, but the question is, what does Somppu ship next?
5 Jans probably. Oh yeah, Abus upgrades. Wait, he does. Wait, what?
The
hell? Why would you have this upgrade and not the other one in deck? Yeah. The other one is 20%, so it's kind of weird. But
I don't understand it either.
Oh yeah, no 5 Jans in deck. Yeah, this is pretty much a revolt deck. It looks like he's not going for the revolt. In fact, I don't know if he told you before the series that he would revolt, or what did he tell you?
He told me before the game he'd water revolt, but
so I guess right actually.
Yeah, you did.
Somppu is not predictable, man. And these Nagis are going in and...
they're gonna kill a couple of Abus.
Yeah, but gonna die as well, so...
Yeah. But the thing is, Japs can just take these sort of trades, really.
Yeah, right. All these trades are pretty good for Japan. They just have more potential, regardless of water here. Still more eco, more outbooming potential, more broken stuff potential in late game. Well,
I feel bad for him.
I mean, obviously, if you're losing 7 bills, it's gonna make it harder for your eco to kick in, right?
Oh, even if he didn't lose them, like he would still barely be above Japan eco and he's invested like so many resources into getting these boats and stuff.
Yeah, but it's also, to be fair, it's also because he didn't go schooners, because it helps you train your stuff. Just, I mean, your boats much faster. I mean, well, he did add a second dock, but kind of late. So, training boats from one dock just takes, without schooners, takes quite a while for sure to kick in. And now that is going to be probably a big cleanup from Lucas here. I don't know. Somppu's microing this quite well, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
How many times can you say that?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Once in a lifetime, I would say. So enjoy that game, because it's not going to happen anytime soon again. But yeah, only two Abus guns escaping, and yeah, pretty good trade for Japan here. And Lucas' score is just kind of growing constantly, while Somppu's score is just staying at 100 pretty much.
Yeah, it's just staying the same.
And the cliff is nice for these Abus guns, but 5 Nagi is gonna seal the deal here, and gonna deny that second barracks, maybe. So
I think he'll just go straight for the army, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess either is fine. You could also just go for all the wheels, right? Like 7 wheels in a barracks or 6 wheels in a barracks is also a pretty good pickup. But yeah, going for the Abus is also pretty good. So either way, it's fine. Lucas just doing a lot of damage here, and this might be GG soon. I don't know. I guess still only 1 Nagi alive. It's so goddamn hard to clean up all Abus guns always. Like, they still always somehow end up escaping, and then you have no cav, and well, 5 more are gonna come. So this time they will die.
Obviously, just so good versus cav, especially with both cards.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, they do more damage to cav than any kind of musketeer unit.
Do more damage to cav than Jans in melee.
Nah, they don't, but yeah.
Almost.
Well, I mean, Jans also hit twice as fast, right? Even more than twice, because Abus on EP should slowly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. Jans don't do that much in melee. And Abus, what a bad Abus pop. But I guess he needs to keep making units. But yeah, he's just
right
over.
into the Nagis, didn't he?
Yeah. He couldn't really revolt just because of that forward barracks. So it's gonna be 4-1, which is extremely frustrating. Because it means I'm pretty sure we have the same score as SKG, but we're gonna lose because we lost 13-12 in our week against them. This is so disgusting. But to be fair, I don't know if Somppu would have gone for that kind of funky build if he didn't know that he already qualified. That's also probably why he's trolling around.
I think he would have tried harder in all the other games.
Yeah. Was that a trample mode here from that Nagi, or I don't know.
No, it's just weird. It looks weird. Oh, actually, that middle one.
I would have liked to see that BM trample mode if it was one, but yeah.
It looks like the one in the middle looks like. I think it's their attack animation. They sort of lean back when they move their spear, so that might be it.
Maybe. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. But yeah. All right, GG's. Yeah, his deck is quite obvious. I mean, 7 and 8 hussars in H4. If that's not for revolt, what is it for? Like, really, you kind of know.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna be it for us. Meanwhile, there's a SmackDown going on, but I don't actually know if this series is going to be broadcasted today because we need to upload it, but I'm not able to do it myself very quickly. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, thanks for hopping in, Haza.
Yeah, no problem.
And thanks for watching, guys, when you actually watch this. And yeah, GG's, and see you.
Bye.